You know what? Good. We'll do it anyway. Hello, that one here. Welcome to something I didn't want to do. I'm doing it anyway. How to catch your weight. Now, if you know from my playthrough, I really did not like it. I really feel like it's one of the worst games of the series. That there's really nothing special about it. And it's just one of the worst games for the 3DS. It did not end with a bang, but a whimper. See, I was okay to hear that the series was going back to the first installment of puzzle solving every day, not having this big grand story of awesomeness. Like, everything's not connected, I would be okay with that. But they really did not do that. Always, they didn't do it well. Hell, as I said many times, the anime does it better. And that has one of my favorite scenes. The Layton Hug scene. That got me right in the feels. As a guy who's played through every single Layton game, including Curious Village, let me tell you, that one was a shrug. The latest series is one of my favorites. And when I saw that scene, that just got me right there in the field. In the ending credits scene, where characters from the main characters from Mystery Room, Layton Brothers Mystery Room, show up for fan service. It's just, again, it just made me fangasm, and it just made me happy. The question is, why didn't Katrielle to do this? The game isn't a good. Why? Why? The game was released first. First. You have all the time to make a first impression of the character. And you make the game. Which I don't like. I like the characters in the game. Some of the cases I did not like. Some of them were just meh. None of them were great. They were meh and bad as worse. Especially the final case. Why was that the final case? Wanted is a better finale. So, you know what? Let's do it. 5 things you can change. 5 things I want to be changed if there ever is a Katrielle later series. Is after this one. And saying if. So you better listen to me. Number 1. Make the clues more dynamic. Dixie changed them. Now, if you know for Scooby-Doo First Fight, I love that game because I can bring it up here. Did a really well done job of collecting clues. In each level, you would collect a clue, except for the one levels where you run away from the big bad. I love how I'm using one of the first games I ever played on this channel. I'm still considering remaking it. So you better look out for that. As an example here. Because even it did better than this. See, that had like almost 3-4 levels in each episode. And each episode was concentrated on a mystery. They weren't completely connected to one another. It's just the theme of, oh, we want to go here. We're just solving all our mysteries on our way to go here. You know? They were going to a food festival the entire time, but they were solving all the other mysteries as they were going there. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, the crews reflect this by only having the amount of crews that's necessary. You would only get like as many crews as how many levels they were. If there were 4 levels, you get 4 crews. I want that to be a thing. I want there to be more or less crews. One of the problems I had with the game was it felt some cases were fluffed out. Like Katrielle just going about doing stuff that isn't really related to the case, but 9 social crews. Like how she walks around just aimlessly in the prologue case. I guess that's also true for Haunted, but it does a bad job at it. So what I'm saying is there should be more or less crews. Not always being 6 crews, there should be 5, 4, maybe even 7, depending on the case. Depending on the story you want to tell, not always being 6, because I think that limits stories. And you never limit people. You don't want to limit people. That's a bad thing. And you should feel bad by doing it. Number 2. I think there should be more, puzzles. Or more specifically, more variants of puzzles. As I said, there's a lot of puzzles that just tell you, oh, it's this, but it actually, you don't have to do anything. Wait, there was a lot of puzzles that told you a thing and just said, actually, you don't really have to do anything here. They're just puzzles for the sake of puzzles. So, some puzzles are good. Some them are just wrong answer puzzles, where it leads you to the wrong answer by thinking it's something else, when it's really not. And I hate those kind of puzzles. I just don't like them. I just don't. Best be. Number 3. Have a shell cake. Please please. In the in the anime, I thought in the games I thought he was Layton because I'm weird like that, and I thought it kind of makes sense. He had amnesia, so maybe he didn't know he was Layton, but was actually Layton. You know. The anime kind of disproved that, but now I want a case about show again. It's kind of like McDonough. We don't know much about him in Persona 5, and I'm hopeful the Royal answers some questions we have about him, but I'm not sure. But again, Latest is one of those series that should be questions unanswered. Number 4. Make the final case more final. Again, you could say this is a problem with the game overall, with the no being connecting story. But I want to see subtle hints that it's all connected. Not big hints, but subtle hints. Like, oh, because this happened, I'm doing this, you know? Sort of like that. Like, subtle hints. And it just all comes ahead in the final case, you know? Like, not. It doesn't seem like everything's connected into that final case. And then everything comes together. Like in Wanted. I still love that case. And why is it the final case? I still don't like that. I still don't like how it's not the final case. Why? Why is that not the final case? Why? Number 5, and the final one. Is that I still want to see Layton in the game. Layton has become one of my favorite characters. He doesn't start off as anything noteworthy in the first 3 games, really. But when you learn his backstory in Lost Future, what he has gone through, I feel like this character has more character other than being a badass sword wielding archaeologist that just solves mysteries every now and then. He has his own past. He has his own story. But that scene in the anime just is really flipping awesome. And I feel like if they have to make a sequel to Katrielle, they have to put that in there. I don't care with the like copying an anime again. I just want it. I want all this. I want to post it on my wall because that scene was flipping awesome. It just feels, man, feels. They get you right there. Help. But you get where I'm coming from. As a Layton fan, I really did not like this game. Not the slightest. Not my favorite. Summer's coming up. Yeah. So I'm gonna be off too for a while. So expect plenty of videos when it's not hot. That's how I record. I'm judging how hot it is. Don't know why I have the beard again. Don't ask about the beard. The beard just does what it wants. This was a castle video anyway. Also, should I post anything on this wall? There's kind of nothing here. If you guys have a suggestion, leave it in the comments, I guess. What should I post on this wall, or should I just have my head be on this wall now? I'm using it because my bookcase is now over that direction. Also, it's been confirmed that I'm gonna be moving into a caravan. Yep. Once I move to Southport, into the new house, I'm going to be living in a caravan outside of my house. Yep. So it's gonna be my house in a caravan. If you have any suggestions of what I should do with a caravan, apparently they're gonna make it less of a caravan and more like a house. I'm like, how do you do that? But we'll see. So if you have any suggestions, please leave them down in the comments. I'm really interested. And I'm see you guys next week. That's someone else's. I don't have a good intro. That was Elliot, signing off.